Hello everyone, you know that the ancient Egyptians left a lasting mark throughout history. In fact, for years, many discoveries have been made about this civilization, and among these discoveries, there are some astonishing artifacts. For example, this manuscript called This Book of Agam, which is 5,000 years old, can reveal a chilling truth about humanity. So, what does this book exactly tell? Throughout history, various sacred relics have been discovered in the desert caves of the Middle East. This particular manuscript, appearing at first glance like fragments of a Bible scroll, was unearthed in one of the desert caves. In fact, in excavations carried out in many parts of the world, many manuscripts containing stories about divine angels, giants, and catastrophic disasters have been discovered. One of these extraordinary works is the Book of Enoch, an ancient text written in ancient Hebrew. Commonly attributed to Enoch, the great-great-grandfather of Noah, this ancient book includes narratives about the origin of evil, mysterious loving angels, powerful Nephilim, the flood ending in disaster, the Messiah, and astonishing tales about the impending apocalypse. So, how was this book discovered? In 1946 or 1947, on the northwest coast near present-day West Bank, young Bedouin shepherds, tending their flocks, encountered a strange event. One of the shepherds accidentally dislodged a large rock, and at that moment, a strange sound was heard in the surroundings. The shepherds, displaying the courage to enter the cave where the sound came from, discovered a collection of large clay jars. In these jars, there was a treasure consisting of leather parchments and papyri. The young shepherds sold the parchments to an antiquarian, and these manuscripts somehow ended up in the hands of scientists over the years. Researchers determined that the manuscripts were at least 2,000 years old. Consequently, the results attracted the attention of both treasure hunters and archaeologists. In the following years, in the 10 adjacent caves known as the Qumran Caves, a remarkable collection of 800 to 900 priceless manuscripts was unearthed. The Book of Enoch, divided into 5 separate books, was the most prominent work in this collection. These 5 books include the Book of Reproofs, the Book of Watchers, the Astronomical Book, the Letters of Enoch, and the Dream Visions. Additionally, the books themselves consisted of a total of 100 chapters. The Book of Enoch was like a compilation of works dealing with themes such as rewards, punishments, and the end of the world. So, the first work covering chapters 6 to 36 of Enoch, primarily focuses on themes like the universe, the tree of life, Jerusalem, and angels. According to the stories, angels seduced human women and led to the emergence of superior beings called Nephilim. Afterward, they played a role in the occurrence of the Great Flood and ultimately faced the threat of extinction. These beings were referred to as fallen angels and were often depicted similar to giants. However, the connection between God's lineage and the Nephilim led to various interpretations in the following years. Some people, as mentioned earlier, named the children of God's sons from human women as the offspring of fallen angels. In fact, this concept was present in the Book of Enoch. Describing them as supernatural beings with divine origins, this interpretation suggested that angels or demons could physically interact with humans. The second part of the Book of Enoch, known as the Book of Parables, focuses on themes involving humanity in ancient times, including information about the apocalypse. Interestingly, these ancient prophecies aligned with teachings in sacred scriptures. On the other hand, the section called the Astronomy Book details stars and their features, predicting events to occur until the apocalypse. While the Book of Enoch shares some parallels with the Bible, there are also inconsistencies between the narratives. For example, references to Noah in the book indicate a significant contradiction with the Bible. In the Bible, it is mentioned that Enoch died long before Noah's birth, but according to the Book of Enoch, Enoch should have been alive during Noah's time. Additionally, in Enoch 10:8-9, God binds all evil on earth to a demon named Azazel, claiming that Azazel polluted the entire planet, leading to the emergence of all kinds of evil. While the Bible attributes the responsibility for worldly matters to Satan, other specific demons are not discussed in this context. On the other hand, the Book of Enoch diverges from the Bible and contemporary scientific understanding by including astronomical and meteorological explanations. For instance, in Enoch 33:1-4, it is claimed that Enoch mapped and numbered all the stars in the sky. However, according to Jeremiah 33 verse 22 in the Bible, counting the stars is impossible. Modern astronomers estimate there are only around 100 million stars in the Milky Way, and there are countless galaxies with millions of stars. Looking at Enoch 41, we encounter inconsistent descriptions, such as the wind coming from the belly of the moon and even a wooden captain in the sky, which is portrayed as an inconsistent narrative. Such depictions are deemed illogical and starkly contradict teachings in both one sacred scripture and another. Hence, it's understandable why the Book of Enoch is not mentioned in the Bible. Now, let's shift our attention to a recently discovered artifact in Egypt that sheds light on ancient literature history. This significant discovery, along with all its details, was published in the Journal of Egypt Archaeology. The study examined the creativity of individuals trying to unravel the origins of ancient texts and the mysteries of the afterlife during that era. Perita Lucarelli, a curator of Egyptology at the University of California, explained that the ancient Egyptians perceived death as a new gateway to existence. The recently uncovered text, known as the Book of Two Ways, was one of approximately 20 copies held by contemporary archaeologists. Unlike modern hardbound books, this ancient text was directly inscribed on the inner side of a coffin, on two deteriorated cedar panels adorned with images and hieroglyphics. This inscription, specifically referencing the Book of Two Ways, was discovered in a coffin that had gone unnoticed by tomb raiders and past archaeologists. The artifact was the oldest known example of its kind. Contrary to modern hardbound books, this ancient text was inscribed directly on the inner surface of the coffin. The inscriptions on two worn cedar panels featured images and hieroglyphics, particularly referring to the Book of Two Ways. The objects in the tomb likely belonged to Mentuhotep II, a pharaoh who ruled Egypt until 2010 BC. The researcher behind this study, Harko Williams, claimed in an interview that the coffin texts were written for the deceased to reach the realm of the gods. The coffin, likely belonging to a high-status woman, contained instructions related to the afterlife. On the other hand, the interpretation of the Book of Two Ways included intriguing personalized signs. The narrative suggested that the woman would encounter an obstacle symbolized by a ring of fire at the beginning of her journey. As years passed, the story claimed she would face spiritual threats, demons, and even earthly dangers like fire on her journey. Against these adversities, the secret of self-defense lay in the enchantments of Jesus, and these enchantments were intricately inscribed on the tomb where his lifeless body lay. The narratives in this book and similar ones challenge modern interpretations, containing symbols and mysterious figures that defy understanding. Some experts believe these depictions represent images related to life rather than death, symbolizing rituals to resurrect gods and deceased individuals. The Egyptian Ministry of Antiquities recently made another discovery at the Saqqara necropolis, uncovering a burial site linked to Queen Nitlu near the Teti Pyramid. Among the findings was an impressive 13-meter-long papyrus parchment covering Chapter 17 of the Book of the Dead. This complex manuscript served as a guide to help the deceased navigate the intricate path to the afterlife. Excavations also revealed wooden funeral masks, dedicated shrine statues of the god Anubis, and ancient artifacts intended for use in the afterlife. On the other hand, the Tully Papyrus, dating back approximately 3,500 years, revealed unidentified flying objects. This ancient inscription, written during the reign of Pharaoh Thutmose II around 1480 BCE, gained fame in the 1930s. According to reports, Alberto Tully Deck, the director of the Vatican Museum's Egyptian section, stumbled upon a copy of this papyrus in an antique shop, raising concerns about its originality. Nevertheless, the text intrigued many UFO theorists. Another recent discovery involves an ancient text claimed to contain sacred and mysterious knowledge from ancient Egypt, written by the god of writing and knowledge, Thoth. This ancient manuscript, considered one of the most mysterious books in human history, is said to encompass various spells. It is rumored that one spell grants the ability to communicate with animals, while another bestows the power to see gods. Legend has it that understanding the content of this book reveals profound knowledge, unlocking numerous secrets. The book is attributed to the god Thoth, also known as the guide of spirits, equivalent to the Greek god Hermes. Therefore, both Hermes and Thoth are recognized as primary sources in Hermeticism. Returning to Thoth's book, we can see that its content is directly conveyed from the mouth of the god Thoth, covering a wide range of topics, including rituals, temple construction, theology, geography, and medicine. According to ancient Egyptian legends, the first 2 pages of the Great Book, in the reader's interpretation, contain information that allows understanding the language of animals, attaining immortality, and often seeing the hidden gods of mortals. Another claim suggests that the Book of Thoth, harboring the secrets of the gods, unlocks tremendous power, enabling the performance of magic. However, some argue that the work is merely a guide from an ancient alchemist, while others claim it consists of 3 separate volumes compiled over generations. For a long time, this book was lost, hidden, according to mythology, near the toes at the foot of the Nile River, guarded by snakes within a box. The story goes that Prince Neferkap struggled greatly with these snakes to obtain the book, but as punishment for his theft, the gods took the lives of his wife and son. Neferkap, driven to suicide, met his end on the mountain. Centuries later, during the reign of the great Ramses, his son Zeda, an expert in ancient texts, became involved in the matter. While other princes were busy with hunting or leading armies, Zeda enjoyed working alone on ancient texts, mastering the reading of the oldest hieroglyphic writings. Legend has it that Zeda, becoming a master of magic, gained abilities by reading dark ancient books that even the priests of Ammon could not decipher. One day, while exploring ancient papyrus rolls, Zeda came across the story of Neferkap in the tomb. As previously mentioned, Neferkap had read the Book of Thoth, gaining fame as a great writer and sage. Zeda continued his research and learned that the Book of Thoth was buried with Neferkap in the Memphis TKI royal tomb. Determined to find the book, Zeda shared the story with his brother Anaria, explaining its importance, and sought his help. Anaria, despite the dangers, promised to stand by his brother, and together, the 2 brothers went to Memphis. After entering the tomb, Zeda advanced towards the room where the mummified lifeless body of the prince lay. Suddenly, 2 ghostly figures appeared around him, a fascinating young woman and a child. The figures comprised the Book of Thoth. Positioned above Neferkap's chest, the book was there. Zeda realized that the entire event was an illusion orchestrated by Neferkap, and without taking the book, he left the tomb. In the field, the young prince also found the bodies of Neferkap's wife and son. As we approach the present day, we encounter the occultist Crowley, who wrote a book titled The Book of Thoth, along with a tarot deck. Crowley attributes the book and tarot cards to Thoth himself. On the other hand, rumors circulate about another manuscript known as the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, claimed to have existed for 36,000 years. According to allegations, these tablets contain the procedure for creating a philosopher's stone. However, concrete evidence of the true content of the Book of Thoth is lacking. Many believe this sacred text holds secrets that would perfect the world, while ancient Egyptian myths often narrate stories of individuals facing adversity and tragedy. Furthermore, reading the Book of Thoth is generally deemed unfit by the gods and may not be well received. At this point, you might contemplate whether you would dare to open the book and read what is written, considering everything told about this mysterious book to be true. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Until the next video, goodbye.